Mr. Dusan Davidovich was born in the town of Ubi in Serbia in 1932. His parents were Nikola and Angelina Davidovich. Mr. Davidovich immigrated to Canada in 1970 with his wife Lubinka and two sons, Soren, 13 years old, and Bob, 10 years old.
1970, with my family, complete family, two sons and wife. I was good work in Yugoslavia too, but Canada is one of the economy better than Yugoslavia, than Europe anyway. And my wife sister live here. She make the guarantee. We come anyway together, start to work, start top head about 1 year. After going to construction, so work about 10 years in construction. At that time, after that we buy a motel in Howard Avenue and run about 2 years, 2-3 years, and open travel agency there too. After we sell the motel and keep the travel continuing, you know. And I quit construction 1983, 84, like that, and start to work good in a travel agency.
Okay. Along with work at Top Hat, you were also doing construction work?
Yes, I work about 9-10 months in Top Hat, and spare time work in the construction. After I quit the Top Hat because I had too much work nightly, you know, and daily work in construction, and start full time in construction.
How old were your children
when we came? It's old boy was 13 years old, and Bob is 10 years old.
What job did you do in Serbia?
I'm truck driver, professional truck driver.
Did you find it difficult to start in a new land?
Yes, I start very, very hard, you know, not like I live there, you know, because there I not just driving, just was drive. It's very easy, very good work. I got, for 10 or 15 years I was work there. I make the house, I got everything, you know. When I come, I don't have nothing, you know, come like...
Were you able to speak English, or you?
I don't speak even one word.
Did you go to schools to learn?
Yes,
speak?
I was when I work in Top Hat, I was going to school. Nightly work in Top Hat, daily going to school. About 6 months. Another 6 months start construction. First 6 months when I come.
Okay. So you started the all world.
About 1979, like that, but very not much, you know, very not sell so much, you know. Just open that time, you know, 1979.
Was this the same location, or?
No, not here. This is the motel together with motel, you know.
Okay.
After we sell motel and move to Howard Avenue.
What was it called when you started the agency's name?
Allison Travel.
Okay. Now, how is the business right now?
Not very well, but not bad too. Will not complain anyway. Normal live. Not making so much money, but not can live anyway.
Okay. Why did you
Good
call
life.
All World Travel Agency?
I don't know how it's come like that, but I think so. My son got the idea like that. You know, because we sell for all world air and on the rail, and on the ship too, boat, everything, everything.
Tell us about your family.
I got here my wife Lubinka, two sons, Zoran and Bob. Zoran is married about 9 years ago. I got two grandson, one grandson, one granddaughter too, and Bob is supposed to going to this next month to marry too, and that's my family. I don't have more.
Tell us some of your community involvement.
Serbian community.
Yes, Serbian community.
Okay, that's always we go in every action. Which one is Serbian community organized here? If somebody come from all country to action for something, help on this, that, or church or something, we not help too much, but help always follow the Serbian community here, and we help to soccer club, church, if they organize it to for help now to Yugoslavia, for carousel, for anything, not very much, supposed to be more, some more. We got video here and tapes, everyone tapes which one is do it about the Serbian. We give one tape to Serbian museum, help how we can,
How do you advertise your business?
To now, we was got every year we take it 1 hour, 1 hour weekly radio program. But I think so now the church is open one day a week. We go to give them anyway some advertising, because that is our community anyway.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
In response to how I see my father in regards to his business progression since he came to Canada in 1970, I would have to say the following, that originally he came, he was a truck driver, so basically he was his own individual and didn't have to deal with the public a lot, but since that time he has gone into several different occupations. Among them, he used to be the caretaker at the Top Hat, and following that he was into construction for quite a few years, and we had the opportunity to help him every weekend while going to high school. And he did a lot of houses in Little River, villages, Amherstburg, Forest Glade. And then subsequently to that, we bought a motel in 1977. We operated that as a family until 1980, at which time we sold it, and then about the same time we started Allison's Travel, and we're selling travel mainly to the ethnic people, or Serbian people of Yugoslav origin, that is. And then after that, we started concentrating a little bit more on that. Dad felt that he was getting older. He couldn't work in construction because he was doing drywall. So subsequent to that, until 1987, we operated Allison's Travel, which was later sold. And after that, All World Tours and Travel was opened, and I gave that name. I think my father mentioned that earlier, simply because it started with the letter A, so it was good for advertising. Besides that, it seemed to cover the whole range of perspective, the kind of services we're trying to offer to the ethnic people. And even today, we're number 6 in Canada in travel to Yugoslavia, and for this area, the highest producer in the last several years. And with the situation, the war in Yugoslavia, that hasn't helped business quite a bit, but Dad has established a fairly solid name in the community, and I've helped him along the way because we do a lot of other things, and people do come back. We have videos, we have newspapers, we have anything that's going on, we usually know about it, and people come to us as a source for that. And when it comes to the travel needs, it's almost natural for them to come back. And my father tries very hard to ensure that every single individual is satisfied with the service, and not just one time, but over and over. And he's gotten to be really good at it, and I'm really surprised because he's developed a lot of public relations skills, and people appreciate of that. And wherever he can do, I'm there to help. And I do a lot of the administrative work because that's still tough for Dad because of his inability to be very fluent, shall we say, in English, and he's not shall we say, a big person with a pencil, but he's sure good with the people.
Do you find yourself as a son of Serbian immigrant parents, do you find that there are any advantages or disadvantages?
Oh, a tremendous number of advantages. Number one, there's a whole culture that we can identify with. There's a tremendous amount of good things in that particular culture, and we have the ability to draw the good from that culture and the good from this culture and become this other third person mix of both good things, and we're extremely fortunate. In my case, I'm a professional translator too, and the only reason why I am because I had the fortune of being born over there, and then liking the language so much, wanting to keep it so much that I've developed to have that particular ability, and I've done a lot of cases in court. Disadvantage, well, sometimes I found it in jobs and so forth. It was tough, people have a hard time pronouncing your name and so forth, and sometimes too, I think sometimes when immigrants are a little bit successful, you can say there might be a little bit of element of jealousy involved, whatever you want to call it, but it's not for a lack of trying that people do very well when they come from another country.
It's hardest working people.
Is your brother involved?
My brother is not involved directly. He helps here and there, but he's following Dad's footsteps. He drives a bus. Here in Canada, he did it for Edmonton Transit for about 9 years, but his wife is very much involved. That is my sister-in-law, Zora. She has come on board and help us, and we like to keep it internally as a family because it functions better, and it's easier to operate it because we all have the same objective, and the collaboration is much easier to have.